Hey guys, welcome back to math. Today we are going to be taking a look at place value. I know that we do place value well throughout, second, third, fourth, fifth grade, but we get into the bigger numbers here in fifth grade, and we go past the decimal quite a bit in fifth grade. So first we're going to start with just some vocabulary. So we have counting numbers. Counting numbers. Counting numbers are basically the numbers, and I'm going to use this symbol for numbers, the numbers used to count things. Okay, and 0 is not included. 0 usually not included. So if I were to count objects, I would count them like this, 1, 2, 3, 4. Those are counting numbers, basically just the numbers that we use to count things. So our first one is counting numbers. Our second vocabulary word is going to be whole numbers. We have whole numbers, and I think of those as they are the whole number. Like, they're not a part of a number. They're not fractions. They are whole numbers. So it's any number. And again, I'm using the hashtag symbol for the word number. Any number, 0, 1, 2, 3, on through infinity. That's the symbol for infinity. It includes all counting numbers. Okay, so it includes all counting numbers. The third one we're going to talk about is digits. We will talk about digits quite a bit when it comes to place value because we use digits all the time. Now, Miss Shattuck, when she was growing up, used to use the slang word digits for when you wanted to call somebody. Give me your digits. So digits are whole numbers. So they are whole numbers, 0 through 9 only. Okay, so if you were to look at your phone or at anybody else's phone and look at the numbers that you use to dial, they are 0 through 9 only. You don't have a 10-digit. You have 0 through 9. And I want you to make note of the fact that they have different values. Based on where you put them in the place value chart. So, for example, if you're looking at my place value chart over here, if I have a 5 in the hundredths place and I have a 5 in the 100,000ths place, they are two different values. This is 5/10, meaning it's a fraction, 5 over 10, 5/10. And then we have 500,000, which is a much larger number than 5/10. Okay, so based on where they are on the place value determines what their actual value is, but digits are only 0 to 9. Only 0 to 9. Okay, some other vocabulary that we need to understand really quick is standard form, word form, and expanded form. Now, you've heard these before. Let me move down just a little bit so you can see. We have standard form. Standard form, which is just basically the number. Okay, so if my number was 567, this is standard form. 567 written in standard form, so it's a number just like that. Okay, so we have standard form, and then we have word form. This is word form, so if I took 567, I would say 567. Okay, and you'll notice that I do not have the word and in here. We are banning it. There is no 567. It's 567. When I put the and in, it means that I have to do a decimal point. So the decimal point means and. Okay? So don't put the and in your 567. It's just 567. Okay? And my last form is my expanded form. Expanded form. Okay, and the expanded form is all the numbers expanded out. So in 567, and they're added together. Expanded form. So it would be 500 plus 60 plus 7. And if I smush that together, if I add that together, it would equal out to be 567. Notice I didn't say the and there because it's 567. There is no decimal point on that. So let's take a look. I do have a number sitting in my place value chart, and if you haven't done so already, please make sure that you have written in a place value chart so that you can use it the rest of this week, because we will be using this quite a bit for the rest of this week. So in my place value chart, I've written 597,426.58. So my 5 is actually going to go into the hundred thousands, okay? And the way that we would say, we start in the 500,000s, and then we have the 90,000s, and then we have 7,000s, okay? 597,000. So depending on where that one falls in the chart will determine how you say this. So because this one lands in the hundreds, you would say 100, okay? Same with this one. Because it lands in the 100, you would say 100. But you would say the 100 and then the thousands. So 500, 597,000, 426, and 58 hundredths. So this is the and part. This is where the and goes. So we have 597,426 and 58 hundredths. So that's how you would go through and you would say this number on the place value chart. I'm going to move that number up. We already have it written in standard form, but I'm going to write it out one more time in standard form. So in standard form, my number is 597, that comma is telling me it's in the thousands, 426, and tells me to put the period, 58 hundredths. Okay, that is my number, and it is written out in standard form. So that's my standard. Okay, and then we have written, which takes a little while, but written we have 500, do not put an and in here, 597, 597 thousands, 400, helps if you put the comma in there, 426, this is where the and comes in because you have that decimal, and means the decimal, 58, and I'm looking at my chart, it's 58 hundredths, 58 hundredths, okay? That would be in my written form. So you got my standard form, my written form, and then the last little bit that I have is my expanded form. Expanded form. When we do expanded form, and we'll do more of this tomorrow, we're just putting in the zeros as the placeholders up there. So we start with 597,000. We start with 500,000, which looks like this, 500,000 plus, I need to add, so we started with 500,000, now I'm on 90,000, plus 90,000, plus 7,000, plus 400, Now remember, I do also have these point zeros on them, and I forgot to add them, and that's my fault. So we have 400.00 plus 20.00 plus 6.00, and then we go over to the decimal, 0.50 plus 0.08. If I were to take a calculator and put in that number with all those zeros and add them all up, my number should come out to be 597,426 and 58 hundredths. Okay? Tomorrow we will take a look at where it fits on the place value system and how I can change the digit based on where it's sitting on the place value system. So make sure you tune in tomorrow for just that.